That's what Black Girl Magic looks like.
Yes.
Do I have anybody out here that would like to say a prayer or anything of that nature? Or anything you want to say? We love you, Tasia.
We love you, Tasia.
Look at all this love.
Yes.
Oh no.
I just want to say that we are actually standing where she was last. So I want y'all to feel her presence. Know that she's not gone. She's still here.
Yes.
She's still here, and she's still talking to us. And she's telling us to find out what happened to her.
That's right.
And we will find out what happened to her.
Yes, we will.
And
So anybody who can hear my voice, if you are out here, just know that we will find out what happened to her. And if anybody on this block has any information, please reach out to Lawrence Robinson on Facebook. You can reach out to Obsessed with Justice on Instagram with information, because we will find out what happened to Tasia.
That's right.
Her life matters.
Yes.
That's right.
Her life matters.
Yes.
Justice for Tasia.
That's right. Justice for Tasia. Justice for Tasia. Justice for Tasia.
We want to thank everybody for coming out here, honestly. Like, this is an amazing turnout.
Yes.
This is historical.
Yes.
We are making history. People will not forget what happened today. People will not forget that we showed out for our queen, our young Black daughter.
Yes.
We showed out for her and all of our missing children and loved ones.
Yes.
We did that. And those of you who know something, we will find out.
That's right.
If you know something, say something.
Open your mouth.
Open your mouth. The truth shall set you free, right?
Amen.
If anybody on this block knows Tasia died and what happened to her, reach out to Lawrence Robinson, because this will not happen again. You will not take our children any longer. We don't need to rely on law enforcement. We'll solve it ourselves.
That's right.
We'll work this shit ourselves. We'll do it ourselves. And we'll get to the bottom of it. Period.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for all the car clubs that came out here. Thank you so much for the ballerinas that came out here. Thank you for the people.
Okay, this is
I think you're muted.
I'm glad I was muted because that noise was going. Peace, family.
Peace.
Peace to the panel. Peace to the audience. I am NapahShadah, and thank you for joining the Sip Down. I'm just having my regular. Actually, I'm having some ginger tea tonight. I'm going to pass it on and ask the ladies, what they're having before we all join and talk about this very serious topic. Which you saw a little footage from King Shah's channel. Let me slow down. Lawrence Robinson is King Shah, aka King Shah. He is a community activist. He works vigilantly to help the community. He locates children, missing family members. He feeds the community. He does all of that. And he was doing that before the tragedy of his own daughter hit him in the heart. So I wanted to play that footage. That was last year, I believe. Guys, it's been so long. It was 2021 when she went missing. Lawrence Robinson, we'll be bringing him on in a moment. I just want to play something else from his channel to let you see what the brother has been doing. We also will be having joining us on the stream the Sisters of the Underground. They also do, they work vigilantly in the community as well. These sisters work to help women who are in crisis, to help do just what King Shah does, find, locate missing sisters, missing family members, not just women, men. If you are in a crisis and you need someone besides the police to help you, these are people who are pillars of our community, and they are so crucial to our community. And we need to raise more awareness about the topic of missing and abused and exploited women and men in our community. But these people that we're going to bring on are extraordinarily amazing, selfless people. So I see, also, yes, I'm glad to see her in the back. We also will be having another group of sisters who are doing the work, helping women, helping men, helping people locate their missing family members, people in crisis. We will be having joining us today, Sister Nadia, and her group is called the Coalition Underserved Missing in Virginia. So Coalition Underserved Missing Virginia. We're going to put all the links. We're going to get all the contact information. My beautiful mods, please work that out. So we have a star lineup. When I say star, these are the real stars and superheroes who don't get enough attention in our community. And we're going to try to make a change tonight, a change with that. I'm going to let you see some footage of some more of the work that King Shah does. Please go to his channel, by the way, family. Go to his channel and subscribe and support his foundations, especially the one Justice for Tasia, his daughter. So without further ado, just give me a moment and I will be pulling this share up so you can see the work, some of the other stuff that he's doing right now in his community. So I appreciate the patience of our guest, and let me go ahead and share this. Okay.
Save our children.
Can you hear it?
Save our children. Woo! Save our children. Save our children. Save
Can you
our
hear it?
children. Save
I
our
don't know.
children.
Can you guys hear me?
Save our
Is
children.
the audio good?
Yes, we can hear you. Yeah, the audio's good.
Thank you.
Save our children. Save our children. Save our children. We lit out here. Oh. Yeah, we lit. Save our children. Real news. Save our children. Our children. That's right. That's right. Whoa. Yeah. Save our children. 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 Yeah, that's right. We're getting that food together for the people. It's the We Are Me Foundation. This sumo, y'all know how sumo do it. Yeah, look at this. This for the people. Y'all at 5 o'clock today at my office on Broad Street, right? Where you where the Maggie L. Walker statue at. We putting together some bags.
King Shah does this on a regular. He feeds his community protects the children. I don't know. I hope y'all can hear me.
Yeah.
So I just want you to
Big
see
boy,
this is
this
amazing.
big boy stuff right here.
And we're gonna talk to the sisters as well. We want to find out
Hey,
everything.
Sue, you
that
gonna
they're
take care of the
doing,
hood.
all the work, hard work, relentless.
You gonna take care of the city. You holding it down, ain't it,
tireless
babe?
work that they do. So I mean, I just wanted you to take a look, family, at
Facts.
what he's up to, what he does, just a little bit of what he does in his community. So without further ado,
Right.
let's go ahead and go around. Well, let's bring on King Shah first before we go around, y'all. Let's bring on King Shah, and then we'll bring the ladies on once he introduces himself. Peace, King Shah.
Peace. How y'all doing this evening? All right.
We're doing great. Peace to you. Thank you so much for joining us, brother. You and I have talked about your struggles and your successes. So I'm looking forward to having a great conversation with you today.
Right.
Now, we're going to go around, and then I'm going to let you introduce yourself and let us know what you're sipping on. And then I'm going to bring in the other ladies of the other two groups. So, okay. Dulcinea, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll pass it around.
Peace, shalom, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good evening. Tonight, I'm actually drinking on some kombucha. I've actually been sipping earlier today, so yeah.
Oh, that's good. All right, thank you. And Naphtali? You're muted.
You're muted.
Hey, shalom, guys. Winding down tonight. I have me a nice little margarita.
Okay.
Hope y'all have a good night.
That's wonderful. Okay, and Robin, introduce yourself and let us know what you're sipping on.
Peace and freedom.
Peace.
I'm just sipping on some tea tonight and keeping it mellow, going out afterwards. So I'm just keeping it down a little bit.
Oh, good. And what about you, King Shah? What are you sipping on while you join us? Some water. Great.
Yeah.
King Shah, you want to bring on the ladies that, so I don't want to have them waiting too long, but just go ahead really quickly. Introduce yourself, and then I'll bring the sisters on, the other sisters.
Well, my name is King Shah on YouTube, but my name is Lawrence Robinson. I'm the founder of New Black World Order, an organization that its desire is to unite all the groups that we see arguing with each other on Facebook and on YouTube. And that's something I've been working at for like 20 years, but it's been very difficult to do. But that's one thing that I'm about. I'm 51 years old. I'm single. I'm a father of 3 children. Of course, one of my daughters passed away. I'm very committed to my people, regardless to what their belief is, whether they are Hebrew, a Christian, a Moor. I really don't care what you are, so long as you're not perverted or deviant.
Right, and you do a lot for the community. We're going to get more into that. I would love to bring on the Sisters of the Underground, Sister Nadia, Sisters of the Underground representative, and my bad, Sister Offset. That was my fault. My fault. I'm reading Nadia. This is Sister Offset of the Sisters of the Underground, and she will talk about her organization for us. And I'm going to just quickly let you introduce yourself, so we won't let anyone, the audience won't mix you up. Talk to us about who you are and your organization.
So I'm Sister Offset with Sisters of the Underground. I am the Southern conductor. We are an organization that fight, help with crisis in the community for men, women, and children. So we don't leave anybody out. We're not like an organization just for women, because most of these crimes, they're actually committed more against men than they are for women. Wow. A lot of people don't know that. They think that more women are involved in these crimes and things, but it's not. It's mostly men.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but
we didn't know
more
that.
women reach out to us.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, sis, I think you have something in common with the other sister as far as that goes, because I mean, I talked to her briefly, but I'm going to bring Sister Nadia on. She represents another group similar to doing similar work that you and Brother King Shah do. The name of her group is Coalition Coalition Underserved Missing Virginia. And let's welcome Sister Nadia. Sister Nadia on. Nadia M. Pleased to meet you. I'm so glad you could join. Talk
Thank
to us
you.
about your organization, because you were saying that you help also to find brothers and young men and males as well, correct?
That's absolutely correct, sister. That is absolutely correct. We have so many missing people. When we say underserved missing, that accounts for anyone that looks like us. It doesn't matter if it's man, woman, or child. It doesn't matter. If you're missing, you look like us, then we're interested in finding out what happened to you and where you are. So it's very important to get that out there. Excuse me. We do a lot of sharing on Facebook as far as who's missing. You know, if you go to my page, you'll see a lot of that. I have another page, an original page, Nadia Miriam, excuse me, Abasa, but I'm locked out of that. Facebook doesn't always like me. So, you know, it is what it is. So I have my Nadia M page. And like I said, we do a lot of updating on our missing people. If I find out what happened to the missing person, then I'll put an update on my page just to let you know we're not dealing with that situation anymore. We're going to move on to the next. You know, we just try to share that information, have other people share that information, because you just never know who will know someone. So the more people share that information, the better. We got received a hit a couple of days ago with a young man, 15 years old, in Newport News area. One of my Black Panther brothers, I'm from the original Black Panthers, he shared the information and got a hit. Someone recognized him and called him and let him know, or, you know, send him a message, let him know, I do know this young man, and I know the people that he's with, pretty much. And so we were able to let the mother know. So he's back at home. So that's just one example of trying to get the information out there. We have to share the information or no one knows, because we are underserved. And I mean, even as far as Amber Alerts, they have such strict protocol as far as who's missing legitimately and who is not. And especially, and I hate to put that out there, but it is what it is. They're just not going to share a lot about us.
Okay, let me ask the panel, especially those who are working like yourself, Sister Nadia. Welcome to Sister Shakur, Lasidi Shakur. You are the founder of the Sisters of the Underground, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, very, very honored to have you here. Let me ask you and King Shah, Sister Osset, and Sister Nadia, how often would you say, percentage-wise, do you find, you know, is it a happy ending to the search? Is it often that you find the people, or is it unfortunately sad?
For us, pretty much we haven't found most of the people deceased. Most of them have been alive. Just last week, I found a 18-year-old girl for her grandfather. Soon as he showed me the picture, I knew exactly where to go get her. I seen her. I was like, I just saw her when I went and got her. Well, of course, she didn't go back home, but just the knowledge that she was safe.
Yeah.
Because she's grown, and being grown, you can't force her to go back home. So the grandfather, I got her to call her grandfather and talk to him, and that's what's the best I could do. But the greatest thing is that she was alive.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Any of your sisters want to add? You can jump right in.
Okay, well, I'll say this. I can't put a percentage on it. I can say that as far as many that we have shared images and other information with, as far as where they were last seen, what city or what city and county that they live in, there hasn't been a lot of happy endings. I'll put that out there, but a lot of it's still pending. So until we find them, they're still pending.
Still pending.
You know, it's still pending. So I always hold out hope. And that's why it's so important to keep sharing that information, because you never know where you're going to find someone or whomever is sharing it that knows somebody that knows somebody. So that's why it's important to keep sharing the information. we have had to post some unfortunate incidents where people were found and they were not found alive. And of course, that's very disheartening, especially when it comes to little children. But like you were stating earlier about the men, I mean, we have missing elders that could be missing because, you know, dementia or, you know, whatever reason, you know, the family just not taking care of them, but the other family members are looking for them. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot. If you look like us, we're trying to find you.
Right.
And then let me say this, I'm a co-founder of the organization of the coalition because my sister, NapahShadah Shabazz of the New Black Panther Party, she's also a co-founder. So it was just she and I, basically, and it's still just she and I. So that's the coalition, you know, Queen NapahShadah and myself. And anyone that's actively sharing any information for us, well, for our people, not just for us, you know, you're a part of that because you're actually, you know, helping the community try to find where we are. But unfortunately, she couldn't be on tonight. She's got a lot of things, you know, that she's working on right now.
I'm sure are y'all just out of Virginia?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're out of Richmond, Virginia. She's Petersburg. I'm Richmond. And so between those corridors and King Shah. Richmond.
Has there ever been a situation where you found somebody, but they didn't want you to tell their family that you found them?
I haven't come across a situation like that yet. I haven't yet. I know King Shah for a while.
Somebody left on purpose, and they just don't want to be found, but you found them, and they don't want to be for whatever reason.
I haven't come across a situation myself like King Shah has recently. I haven't come across it.
All right. Well, let me talk to King Shah. Actually, before I do, I don't know why I do this the second time I did this. Sister Lasidi Shakur, can you just introduce yourself? We didn't really get a decent introduction from you. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what your purpose of founding this organization was.
Well, I'm Lasidi Shakur. I'm based in Las Vegas. I am part of Huey P. Newton Gun Club and the People's Party. I was a member of the People's Party, New Black Panther. The purpose for the organization came strictly on the basis of I had been working with sex traffic victims for over 20-something years now. And based on that conversation that I was having with the young women and finding out that they were being recruited online and things like that, I knew that I had to reach out beyond my city and state. And so the idea of the organization is to develop a network where we can utilize resources with each other, state to state, and get our people where they need to be, whether it's back home or somewhere safe from home, because sometimes they're in more danger at home as well. So that's the basis of it. You know, this is a global situation that we're fighting with the sex trafficking and our people coming up missing. It is not something that one organization can do by themselves in one city and state, because we know with sex trafficking alone, the chances that they're going to remain in the city and state that they are taken from are very slim. They're on the road to the next city and state within minutes. And so if we have organizations that we can reach out to with the neighboring city and states, we have a better chance of getting our people back from the traffickers. I haven't been very successful with developing the network, surprisingly. Been getting a lot of resistance, and I can't understand why. For the life of me, I can't understand why that is such a hard concept.
You get resistance from who?
Oh my goodness.
Everybody.
Us, people that look like us, people that wear that black uniform like us.
Why do you think they're resistant?
I think that we get a lot of resistance because it's people that it has not hit home.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. As
soon as it hit home, they're gonna get up off their ass.
They're not getting it until they hit home. They just don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it.
I got it 10 years before it happened to me.
Well, I believe it's so much bickering back and forth between women and men about who did this and who started what first. That
it's ridiculous.
Just my personal experience with asking comrades, fellow comrades, and other organizations to help. You know, they just say, well, you know, why help? That the women just don't go back and do this. The women just don't. It's like there's so much hurt in between the two and bashing that it's just, if you mention it to them, they just don't want to help.
They don't want to help. Now, are we talking about people within the Black community, right? We're not talking about the authorities or the police.
No,
not all the time.
Particularly,
not all the time. That's already a roadblock right there. Number one.
Well, I think that we have more help from just the larger Black community. I think what she's saying is the organization is helping, right? But you know, I think that's what she's saying.
I was actually referencing a little of both, to be honest. You know, just even posting a flyer online, I could post something silly that I found extremely funny and I get 35, 40, 50 likes and shares on it. I post someone's child or love member missing, I get 1 or 2 reactions to it with no shares. So I'm speaking about the movement, if that's what we want to call it, and I'm speaking about just regular people that don't wear the uniform. I mean, I see someone post a flyer, even if I don't have the backstory to it, I'm gonna try to share that flyer on my different platforms. Whereas I don't get the same in return, and it's like, this could be your child. If I have 4 children, if one of mine came up missing, I want everybody and their mama to share it.
All the help in the world.
So it just sharing a flyer can sometimes be the answer to us locating people's loved ones. And I don't get it. I don't. I don't understand.
It's the thing that hasn't hit home for them yet.
Right. Well, I think it hasn't hit home for them.
I don't want that to happen to anybody, but
and you don't want to have to wait for it to hit home either, you know, before, you know, you get the attention that you deserve. If it was any one of us, any of our children, any of our loved ones, like Sadie said, you want somebody to care enough about us as people to share this information. How much do we actually love each other? Like Sadie was saying, she could, you know, just post something funny or whatever, and you get all the attention in the world, but then you post something devastating and it's like crickets. I don't understand.
So what I'm hearing is a lot of frustration from these organizations. I'm addressing the audience and to my sister, my co-host on the panel. I'm hearing a lot of frustration in the work that's being done, that there's probably little to no help from the community. That's what I'm sensing. Let's really not. I'm not going to leave that alone and not come back to it. But I want to get back. I want to go into asking. I'll start with the Sisters of the Underground. Then I'll move to King Shah and the sister Nadia. Let me talk to you about how your system works. Let the people know. Inform them. How does your system work? Let's say you get a call from somebody. What's your regular call? Oh, somebody's missing. How does it work? And then take us through the steps to to what you do to get things in motion. And so let us know how that works.
When it comes to the missing person cases that we do, we do an intake interview with the family, and in that interview we're asking specific questions like, what is their, especially if they're young, we want to know their social media accounts. We want to know friends that they hang out with. Have they been on any platforms such as Roblox or anything like that? Once we get certain details as far as description, last known area, we ask their permission to activate what we establish is our melanin alert. It's a text alert system that you can subscribe to. It's free. I pay for the text message and everyone. You just subscribe to it and you get the alerts on your phone. Once we put that out, then we start investigating it. We'll start digging through the social media, which has been very instrumental for us. That has helped us with like every case that we have found information on people's social media because it lead us to the people that, you know, have taken the children. But other than that, if it's somewhere local where I do have a conductor, we do get out there with the families and do active searches. But most of the time, just going through their social medias and investigating it online, we have been very successful with just doing that. And once we locate them or have a location for them, we activate our security team. And our security team goes out, retrieve them, and get them back home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That sounds easy, but I'm sure it's not an easy. You made it. You laid it out pretty. So it's pretty uniform, and that's how you do your system. I want to ask the other organization, the other sister, and you work with King Shah often, don't you, Sister Nadia?
Yes, of course. Of course I do. I know King Shah. I knew his daughter. I knew his daughter personally. I did, yeah. So, yeah.
So how does your system work? Talk to us about your system.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, it's only 2 people in the coalition. That's myself and Queen Asada. So it's still grassroots, very new. We founded this organization last year. So most of what we do is online. You know, it reaches all over the world. So it's online. We don't have the capacity to do the type of work that Sister Lasady does, and Sister Asset at the you know, with the Sisters of the Underground. But that's something that we're working on. We call this VA for Virginia because we, you know, everything is just so prevalent here. Not everything, but as far as being here in Virginia, it's just so prevalent with the missing people. Oh my God, we have Richmond City. We have the surrounding counties like Chesterfield County, Henrico, Hanover counties. Then it's headed up to Northern Virginia. There are a lot of activity up there, like Alexandria. We going up to Baltimore area, up to Maryland for people that don't know where Baltimore is. DC, but we're based in Richmond, Petersburg. So it's just a lot with the young ladies. It really is a lot with the young ladies. So, you know, all we could do is just try to get the word out. Like I said, anybody can come across a post and see where someone shared something. Somebody might know something. Somebody might know someone that knows something. So as far as in our plans for the future, you know, we just wish that we had more support, you know, online support and physical support, because we don't have the wherewithal to be out there just pounding the pavement trying to find anyone. Everything we do is online.
Right, and I'm just sitting here and thank you so much, Sister Nadia, for giving us that breakdown of how you work and what you're in dire need of assistance. I'm thinking you sisters definitely with your organizations should find a way to work together. I did want to share this this flyer. Can everyone see what the sister? How do you pronounce it? It's Lasady. Lasady was mentioning. Everyone can see it. Says text melanin to 702-608-8551. And melanin, go ahead and sister, you can read it. Melanin stands for what?
I don't have it in front. It's missing, endangered.
Oh, I can read it. Missing, endangered. Can you guys can see the flyer. It might be tiny. Let me put it on the big screen for everyone. I'm sorry. Just
I don't have my glasses.
I know, right? I do the same thing. Okay, it stands for Missing Endangered Legal Alert Notification Initiated Nationwide. I think that's awesome because you know, melanin. So let me see if someone else is trying. Okay, so family, this is the information, and I want to go ahead. I'll stop sharing. I want to ask you, ladies. Then we want to get back to King Shah because there's some great information that he has to share. But let me ask you, ladies, you two groups, have you crossed paths or have you ever tried to collaborate, talk with them?
Say, do you want to go first?
Am I friends with Sister Nadia on Facebook?
Yeah.
Are you? Is she friends? Is Sister Offset friends with Nadia? Yeah. Are you?
I believe so. I know Sister Nadia and I. It's like we've been knowing each other for years. We both come from, we are both Muslims. But we interact on Facebook and in private chat quite often. So
right.
When
we
I
have
first
go ahead. No, please.
started Melanin Alert, I called and asked her advice on it, actually. I don't know if she remembers that, but yeah, we interact quite well.
All right. Well, we need more people to, that includes me and the late sisters on the panel. I know this is a very somber, very serious topic, but just jump in if you have any questions for the ladies, their family. Talk to them. I did want to put this very great question on the screen. Anyone, any one of you can address it. Any one of you, King Shah and the ladies. The brother asked, do the sisters use private? Do you any of you use private detectives?
No, we don't. We don't. We're real small.
Yeah, we don't have private detectives, but I mean, you know how social media work. You just click on, you just start you just become a private investigator yourself. Like me, I just became a private investigator. And but no, we, though we are always looking for volunteers to help us. So if there is any private investigators that would like to work with us, please reach out to us on sistersoftheunderground.com. Email us and just let us know, and we can get you a spot somewhere.
And we work with anyone with any background. Well, I shouldn't say any background.
Well, any type of that in that field.
Right.
Right. Dude, what about the police? Wait, let me welcome the sister on, Reverend Robin Mines.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello, how are you?
Peace and power.
Peace and power. I say peace to the darkest minds of the light. And that's the most power. I'm looking at my sister, Naphtali. Why do I always look at you when I say that, Naphtali? Ladies, Naphtali, Robin, Dulcinea. By the way, this sister is a constituent and a colleague of King Shah.
And my blood cousin.
Oh, and your cousin. Sister, why don't you introduce yourselves, and then I want the ladies to ask any questions they like, the co-host. Introduce yourself, Reverend Robin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Robin Mines. I'm actually the Civic Association President for Swansboro West. I'm also the CEO for the Institute for Missions, Ministry, and Music, which is an empowerment outreach organization, basically serving in underserved communities and also trying to bring congregations together in empowerment ministries. And I work with Lawrence, COVID clinics, everything, events, you name it. We just try to love on folk. That's it.
I love it. Okay, well, you know what? If we could just take a moment to let the sisters ask a few questions, because I know you probably have something you want to ask. And then I want to go to King Shah, Lawrence, and ask him what he's doing in his community right now, currently. Sisters, Dulcinea, Naphtali, Freedom.
I had a statement that I wanted to make. Just listening to the panel and what they're speaking on, wow, we have really become our own worst enemy. But it's just sad to hear that you can't get help from our own people. That bothers me. I'm sitting here like, wow, you cannot get help. But I'm glad this was on tonight because I would not have been aware of it. And that may be the situation with a lot of people. They may not be aware of your program because it really needs to be promoted, You know what I mean? All over the YouTube, different churches, different organizations, as the brother was saying, to let them know, look, even on your Facebook page, you know what I'm saying? Just come across, you got Instagram, we got all these different social media programs out now. You know what I mean? I hope everybody that gets the opportunity to see this program tonight will be as a mother and a father and say, wow, what if it was my child? You know, just come out and, just show a picture, every now and then, because I was waiting for the sister to say that we get a picture from the family of whomever may be missing, so it can go around. You have to promote it, just like people promote everything else. It has to be promoted, your program.
Well, with the melanin alerts, I want to throw in there, with the melanin alerts, we do send out a photograph along with the description in the last known area. So if you subscribe to receive the melanin alerts, every time we activate one, you'll have a picture, you'll have a description of the person that is missing. If we have an idea of who they may be with, we'll include that information as well. And again,
what I was trying to say, I think you might have, but what I'm trying to say is to let other people, I mean, what you're doing is, it's like it's staying right there. And of course I know about the alert, but to put out, we need you to put this out too. Like, not you, but to say to the world, we need you to put this out, to get involved with what you're doing. And that's what I'm saying. Maybe a lot of people don't know that you are in existence. You know what I mean? Because I can't imagine nobody wanting not to help in some form or fashion.
Well, a lot of us have a lot of Facebook friends. So when you put that out there, it's available to be shared. And we employ people to share the information, but unfortunately we can't make anybody do it. They have their own pages. They put, whatever content they want on their pages, even if you tag them and they don't, accept it to put on their page or to just share it, to have on their page. So, we're doing what we can. And, someone mentioned earlier about private investigators. The coalition that we have, we don't have any private investigators. We are the private investigator.
Right.
So we have to cross-reference, other people. I'm on a relative's page or something, or a friend of a friend of a friend.
We all we got.
I have a friend that is actually a private.
And I mean, I travel a lot, and I try to host little community events. Well, if someone's hosting a community event, I try to make sure that if it's affordable, I try to make as many as possible. I have poster boards. I have like this whole bag of information that I've printed out, and I do pass it out. I do talk to people in the community, and the response that I get from the community, that they're like, "Wow, I didn't know this. I didn't know this was going on." So I do try to tell them to subscribe, go onto our website. But that's because I did notice that social media was not working for me. People was not sharing. I don't know, I just really don't know if they were intaking the information. So I like to travel, and if somebody's having an event, I try to go there. When I was living in Houston, I was doing a weekly on Sunday every week at a community center at the Shape Center. I was doing a little, like a little hour, giving out the information. Some people came, but I think people are just really distracted by just so much going on in the world. I think it's just it hits home, but I think we just have so many distractions that we just don't deal with it. We kind of turn the cheek, look away from it.
But
I get a lot of sad.
We don't care until it's happening to one of ours. Then we want to get out there and get crazy, but we can't be lazy when it comes down to another individual's baby. It's very important that we get involved. because it's
any
a
loved one.
devastating situation
Right.
to not know where your child is. It's
Well,
just or somebody else's child.
let me add this too, just from my personal side. I think that we've just become so desensitized to missing flyers in the mail. You know what I'm saying? You see it on your on the advert. You already get this junk mail, and then they put a little child's face on the junk mail, and then you got it on the milk cartons, and then you got it in the store when you walk in, that giant board at
Yeah.
Walmart of all these missing children. I believe that we need to break that horrible program that we've been accustomed to, getting desensitized to seeing the missing children. And that's what happens on social media. When you see that, you're scrolling through all the funny stuff and you're seeing how somebody's doing in their day, then that baby, or it's not a baby, the child, well, it could be a baby, the person's picture hits, and you're just desensitized until you
Yeah.
sit in. It doesn't even, I'm gonna pass it to you, King Shah. It doesn't even have to be a horrible tragedy to hit home. We need to sit with more people like all of you, and
Right.
then we, you know what I mean. So, King Shah, go ahead. You wanted to say something?
No, I
Can I
would.
just hop in really quick? I just wanted to commend you guys for all the work that you guys are doing. And I thank you all so much. I know it's not easy to sit there and hear this horrible news every day. Like this is your this is your job. So I commend you guys. But I just want to know, as a parent or as a mother, and for our community, what is actually happening? Or is the children just running away? Or are we seeing a lot of children getting kidnapped? Or like what is going on?
All of the above. All of the above. They
Yeah.
could be
Sex
kidnapped.
trafficking, kidnapped, killed, grooming,
Oh yeah, it's all kinds of ways.
All kinds of ways.
Probably
organ
just come to
harvesting.
you just being too daggone grown.
Yeah.
They're doing the organ harvesting.
Mhm.
It's
Just a lot.
tons of
Just a
different
lot.
reasons.
So the
You know.
organ harvesting isn't, see, people think, not our community, but a lot of people think, oh, that's just an urban myth, or that's something that's really an issue.
Yes, and
Yes, it
they actually, I can't remember how long it's been, but it's been fairly recent within the last couple of years. They actually arrested some white dude
Yep.
for organ harvesting,
Yeah.
and I believe he's not even in jail right now today. I believe he made some type of deal and he's out roaming the streets. He
Wow.
confessed to selling organs.
Yep.
He confessed to it.
Mhm.
I can't remember his name. I suck with names, but yes, this is a real issue, and it's majority happening in our neighborhoods
That's right.
because they
It's
feel,
big money in it. It's big money.
well, it's big money, and then we're easy targets in their eyes. We don't watch our children. We come from low income areas, so they figure, okay, nobody's gonna miss that child. Nobody's gonna put any effort in
Right.
wondering where that child is at. So it's so many levels that contribute to this. It's like a never-ending cycle. It's a never-ending cycle, and I can't even tell you how many cases we have done right off the top of my head, but we have not even made a dent in any of it. It's like soon as we get a success story with one, we getting a call that same day. We can't even enjoy relocating a family that we just did this morning because we getting 2-3 calls right after. So it's a
What do
continuing
you, when you
battle.
say relocating, is that for like when you're protecting people from domestic situations?
Yeah, and I used the incorrect word, but see, when we find our people, sometimes it's in different cities from where they were taken from. So we will provide transportation to get them back to wherever they are.
I
But
see.
as far as our domestic violence goes, yes, we do relocate people that reach out to us. We'll see if we can get them in a safe home or a shelter in a different city or state. and then purchase travel arrangements for that. Sometimes it's a car. That's another thing we need. If people are willing to drive to borders, we can need transportation. We
I
need
mean,
a
and you
lot.
could get. I want to ask you this, ladies. Have you ever tried to get contracts or work deals out with rideshare?
Not with rideshare, but we do have a contact with Greyhound that will assist us with bus tickets. We do need somebody to help with planes. I mean, airfare and driving, because sometimes we can't even put them on public transportation. So in that essence, we ask people to meet from border to border to, get them back to where they need to be to. So
How long? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sis. I'm sorry.
How long have the Sisters of the Underground been in operation?
We're coming up on 2 years. We're coming.
Wow, that early. And your group as well, Sister Nadia, correct?
It's coming up on a year, and I just wanted to address I don't know, Queen Freedom. Oh, she's still on there. She'd mentioned earlier about getting the word out about things, different outlets to be able to communicate to people, to let them know that we're here and what we're doing. My local Channel 6 interviewed Shah Love and myself. I can't remember what month that was. I want to say that it was in 22, but don't quote me. They didn't even save the Zoom, but it was a broadcast on Channel 6. So they interviewed us as far as this whole type of thing, what we're doing and why we're doing it. And so that was a broadcast. And then Love has a digital station. And I don't know if King Shah can say what the name of it is. I can't think of it off the top of my head. But it's a digital
101 Dinner Plate.
Oh, Dinner Plate 101. That's right. So she interviewed us. Was it last year, King Shah?
Last year, we did an interview with them.
Yeah.
Yes, I sent you the link for that.
Yes, and I think you did send that link to me in Facebook. I want to ask King Shah, how long have you been actually doing the work to locate missing people, missing parents?
12 to 13 years now.
Talk to us about what you do in your community in that aspect, and then we'll move. I know we already said let me be specific. In those 13 years, what were you always helping locate missing children, or was it, how did you get into it? That's important.
There was a girl named Ariana Peaches Davis that was missing, and you familiar with her, right, Nadia? She was missing off of 9 Mile Road. I'm watching the news and I'm hearing my people complain about why the established community won't look for our kids. I hear this even to this day. So I said to myself, well, you can't criticize a people who are not looking for kids if you won't get off your ass and look for them. Right? There's an African proverb that said, no participation, you have no right to speak. Right? So I got a school bus. My friend named Brian Tinsley had a school bus. So I chartered this school bus and I made a call. We got on the news, asked Hebrew Israelites, asked Christians, asked Muslims, 5%ers, Masons, the whole, and most of the people that showed up were the pork eating Christians that we put down.
Yeah.
So
What's
yeah. And
what's frustrating for me is that the King Shah is one of the few men that are actually out here working these programs. That's what's shocking to me. That is disheartening, and it's very, I love him. I appreciate him so much for taking the time that he does. With our community, he's Richmond City's ambassador.
Yeah.
So and we just need more men, on our team. It's not like we're trying to rule the world. We get a lot of pushback from the brothers in the community, especially on Facebook, excuse me. Oh my God, it's just horrible. These sisters, who they think they are, what do they think they're going to do? And they're not strong enough to do this. They're not smart enough to do that. But that's okay. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But like, the brother was saying, you got a problem with it, get up off your ass and do something.
So,
And when I say get up, do
from
something like he's doing.
that point on, I did 2 other searches for Ariana Peaches Davis, and to no avail. She hasn't been found to this day.
As well as Keisha Jacobs. We have a lot of cold cases.
Jacobs. So every time that somebody went missing and their family contacted me, I put my own resources up, and I went out there on my own and did it. And then, you know, we get to this point right here where there's 64,000 girls missing.
Right.
You know, and we have so much manpower within the Nation of Islam. We have so much manpower within the Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
We have so much manpower within the Kemetic communities. We have so much manpower within the Nation of Gods and Earths. We have so much manpower within the Black Church. We have so much manpower within the Moorish Science Temple. But if we can set our doctrines aside,
right,
and just lend a hand,
right,
that's all I'm saying. We can get back to arguing later and debating later, but we can set those things to aside when these things come about and assist these women.
Right. And King
I do
Shah.
have a question whenever I can.
Sure, Dulcinea. King Shah, I just want King Shah to read this because this is his motto. You hit it on the head, Gemini. He said, don't talk about it, be about it.
Right. So, you know, I speak a lot through my events. I don't like to do a lot of talking.
Okay. Yeah, I know. And we're going to get to a little bit more of what you're doing. I showed the food drive. I want Dulcinea to jump in and ask her question, and then we'll get back to talking a little bit more about what you have coming up.
Right. Tomorrow, Sunday, we're going to give away another 100 bags of groceries to our community. And on November the 5th, I will be in Bel Atlantic, which was called Midlothian Village. It was a very crime-ridden community. So we're going to be over there giving out coats, me and Robin Mines, and then Jackson Ward, Gilpin Court, we're going to be giving out winter coats to those who don't have them. And we don't care if you Christian. We don't care if you Muslim. We don't care if you Hebrew Israelite. We just want to put a coat on your child back.
That's beautiful. Thank you, brother. What, Dulcinea, did you have a question?
Yes, and peace to everybody. And I did want to say, like, the great work that you guys are doing, I just admire it so much. I do have my own personal experience with this. And I just wanted to ask a question on behalf of victims, because sometimes there is, like she was saying, like the post and different things that people are reaching out to. And because I've had my own experience of reaching out to a post and I almost got kidnapped, I've always felt like I could not come out and tell people the person that did it, or, you know, tell on that person. So I just want to ask, you know, when it comes to that, because of how victims are seen, if they are participating in any way, how do we go about having people tell on these people, or the prevention of these posts or things of that nature?
One of you sisters want to answer that?
I don't think I fully understood the question.
Could you ask it again?
Yeah. So, like, if someone's reaching out to some different post or anything, and they feel culpable of their involvement of it, and now they don't go to the police or they don't tell on this individual person, how do we get more people to actually, or victims, to come out and address what's happening to these people? Or how can someone actually come in, and if they know a certain person or individuals or anything that are doing this, who can they reach out to and say, hey, I know this particular person and they have this post online to recruit or do different things like that?
Well, that's a good question, because oftentimes people are just afraid for their lives, especially if they come out and, you know, publicly recount their experiences or, you know, experiences of other people that they know personally. So it's a lot of fear in the community. And so with the fear, we don't have the support from the and I'm not bashing any brothers. I don't mean to, come off like this, but our communities just don't have that type of protection. They don't anymore. I'm sure back in the day there was like some type of network of brothers that that just stand up and just protect their communities, although things are going to happen anyway. But I'm just saying that to say this, we just don't have a lot of protection as far as support, surrounding us. Oftentimes. Now we do have pockets, brothers that are on that. I'm not going to say it's all because it's certainly not. We do have pockets. We just had an event in Norfolk, Virginia today. It was a parade. I was asked to participate in with the original Black Panther Party. So yes, I went out there, and supported them as well. And it's just a lot. And the chance while we were going down the street was about, and I'm probably messing this up, but recognizing our kings and protecting our queens. So it's going to have to be a joint family effort, on our parts to participate in that type of those type of events. When I say events, I don't mean going out and going to parades or things like that. When I say events, I mean events of what could potentially happen to any one of us. We need to have that support. Where one of the sisters, I don't remember which one it was, and I apologize, mentioned something about let me see, what did she say? It was about just being out there and not having, well, basically what she was saying was that we just don't have the support out there to backtrack, to surround us with with protection. We just don't have it when things happen, because things are going to happen. I mean, let's be for real. We can't prevent everything from happening, but once it does, we just have to be on it like doggone it. The more time that's wasted, the less chance we're going to find anyone. That's the problem right there. We just have to be on it. And she had mentioned something about us being easy targets, and that's another reason why we're easy targets, because our community just doesn't have that support for one another. So that's what it was. She had mentioned easy targets, and we don't want to be easy targets. And we're putting ourselves in that position because we don't cooperate with one another. And then other people, they know that. So there it is.
I think,
sis, can I say something?
Did I answer your question?
Somebody's at my door.
I think she was asking, did it answer your question, sister?
Sister Dulcina?
Yes, it answered my question. I feel like it was us coming together more and really working with each other, but
probably
maybe
seeing our face in the community more.
Right.
Yeah, of when someone is scared or if they don't want to tell on a person, but there is that just being like that person could go on and do more damage to the community. How do we address that?
Right.
Yeah.
Good question.
Kind of like a community watch. Like if it was a community, or maybe like an apartment complex, if we had like a group that they knew, like, okay, if anything happened, we can call them, they could help us. Because I know sometimes we go out in the community and we might not even leave contact information for people.
You mean, Reverend Robin, you wanted to say something? Are you saying we? You mean your organization, Aset?
As far as like going in, I'm just saying, like, like if we go into an apartment complex and just, I know I see a lot of organizations go into the community and we feed and we give clothes, but do we let those people know, like, if there's a domestic violence situation or someone's having a mental outbreak, can we call these people? Like, who do we call? Like, I don't think that there's a connection with the organizations. I think that's what the sister's asking. Like, if someone's in a situation, how are they comfortable to contact someone?
Right. I thought she was asking in the sense that because some people feel that if they talk to the police, they will be considered as a snitch, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she's asking, is there a group of Black men in the community that she can contact that will resolve that problem? Is that what you
I think there's some, but I think
they exist. Inbox me.
Yeah, there's some. I see the original Black Panther Party. I see them.
You can inbox me, and I know of an anonymous group of Black men that can help you out with that.
And I want to say, we, as far as Sisters of the Underground go, we work with other rescue organizations. So we do escorts. If a sister needs an escort, if she has to go to court and she's afraid, we have teams that we can activate that will do those escorts. But I think to answer your question more deeply, the honest answer is no. We do not have the effectiveness across the different states. It may be one or two in these states or that state, but we need that type of response everywhere. Every Black community should have a designated team respond to those things.
And see, that's what Sisters of the Underground.
If there is a mental health crisis or a family member is having a mental breakdown, I am trained to respond to that. But I'm one person and I'm all the way in Las Vegas. I can't respond to a call in North Carolina or Chicago. So we need more people to get trained on how to respond to those situations. And we need people that are willing to do the response as well.
Yes,
thank you. We need a network.
Yes, we do need to build a network.
And that's what we're trying to build with Sisters of the Underground. I mean, that's been our mission from the beginning, is building a network. We never wanted to do all the work by ourselves. We wanted to, if someone contacted me and they're in Texas, or not so much Texas, say like they contact me and say, hey, I need some help in Louisiana. I'm dialing one number and that person, alert the network.
We can try to build, we should try to get that, make some progress today. We have another hour in the show, and I would like to do some, before we go, get something out here to where we can say, okay, are we going to have one person in each state contact these groups? Even if just one person, because this broadcast is international. It's nationwide, it's international. One person in each state, wherever you are, reach out to these sisters. We'll keep their information flowing in the chat with my beautiful mods. And so we're going to have to do that, because from listening, it's just you, two sisters, and then Nadia and another sister, pretty much. I was under the impression that there were many more sisters. And my state, we used to, I don't do it anymore, but we would set up clinics. It's not illegal to do it. Sister Robin, Reverend Robin, I'm getting to you right after I make this statement. I know you've been waiting. We would set up these fronts, so to speak, of abortion clinics, and women would come in, and then we would find out what is behind the abortion. And quite often it was some kind of domestic violence, some kind of bad situation. So I need to talk to you. I said this before, but I need to deal with you sisters in my state where I am. I'm in Arizona, and maybe we can work in these different organizations with women. There's domestic violence shelters out here, homeless women shelters, that I know a lot of sisters who work in there. So Arizona, I'm saying right here, I will, whatever I can do. You're going to have to guide me though. You have to let me know, okay, go do this, get these sisters, have this number ready for, give out your number. So I'm ready and on board. Anyone else who wants to do something, because we can't just leave tonight and be like, leave these sisters just to, and this brother just to be swimming out there in the ocean with piranhas. And I know there are piranhas in the ocean, y'all, with sharks. Okay, Sister Reverend Are there piranhas in the ocean? Don't answer that, Reverend Robin. You've been waiting.
Oh no, I just wanted to ask one question. Is there anything being done as far as presenting this information to high schools
That's
about
a
sex
great question.
trafficking? Kind of educating them about it, because I don't think they really think about it until, like you said, somebody goes missing.
Yeah.
No, that's a great question. Great
But
question.
awareness, and I welcome you guys in Richmond to a table at any of my events. Like I said, we service the underserved communities, and we usually have voter registration, restoration of rights. We try to have social services out there, health. Sometimes we have the health fair, the lit limo with free books for the kids. We try to have a different thing, and we also reach out to people who want to get out of public housing. They have goals, and so we try to help them achieve that, because we find that a lot of our adults have literacy issues. And so they're frustrated and they can't work the system. So when you're frustrated, you find your own way to do it.
That's true. That's true.
And so people aren't aware of how many undereducated and illiterate adults out here are raising children and trying to survive out here. And so that's a real problem right now.
And those are the ones getting preyed upon. The ones who are under. What were you going to say? Anybody? I heard someone. Sorry.
I was going to answer your question. As far as going to the schools, I have done that. I have not done it lately because I've been kind of stretched thin. I wear about 1,000,001 hats, so time management is kind of getting away from me. But again, it takes more than one. I need more than one conductor. Or you don't even have to be a conductor. Like the sister said, if you just want to know how you can, participate in this without even being a member, we can give you the ins and outs, because we have done the homework on that. We can guide you and tell you what you need to have in place when these type of things happen. But we need more people to get out there and do the awareness, go to the schools, have community events. We need people that travel. Sister Offset is the traveler for our organization. I don't travel a lot because everything is like thousands of miles for me. I'm all the way in Nevada somewhere.
You're right by me, though. So
yeah.
But as we set up this network, this is part of the thing that we want to pass on to the others, that we want to do, make awareness and whatever else we want to put on the list as we extend this network.
Yeah, and I want to say to everyone out there, like the sister said, you don't have to think, oh, I can't do all that. That's too hard. I can't be a conductor. I can't be a traveler. You can be the eyes and ears.
Or
you
make
can be
phone calls. We need people to make phone calls to shelters, or get the
research
tickets, research, go through databases. I mean, sometimes I'm up for 2-3 days in a row because I'm working a case and I have to do my personal work that pay the bills, and then I volunteer in my local city and state on top of the work that I do for Sisters of the Underground. So we need people, even if it's just to type a letter and email it out. We need people that do stuff like that as well.
So they reach out to you, sister. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm letting and Sister Nadia, we need your information. I don't really see the Coalition Underserved Missing Virginia information. Maybe I missed it, but please, could you all put it in the chat? I don't know if you even have it out there, but Sister Lassetti, I'm sorry. Lassetti. We need to know, okay, they contact any one of you sisters that we're singing. It doesn't matter. We can pick the phone up. Family, call and just say, what can I do? I don't know. Ask any, just even
they
if
just
there's
go to the website. Just go to the website. That's the easiest. That's the easiest way to go. If you just go to the website, the contact information, and it will come right to us.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing, but I think it's a good thing, but Robin, Pastor Robin brought up. It would be good to just go into these schools And if y'all have something set up on what you say to the children, on if somebody tries to, you say the things that you used to say when the kids were little, don't speak to strangers, this, that, and
Mhm.
another. But when you said high school, you need to be probably trained on how to deal with these high school children on not going with somebody,
Oh yeah,
So I was
because
just wondering if
a
you
lot of
had
them get caught up in this thinking he gonna be my boyfriend,
that's
Yes, let's
good.
talk.
and the next
Can
thing
we
you
talk
know,
about that? Talk about that. The way the
yeah.
men,
That is good.
lure the women in.
Oh, I took
How
a
they
course in
grooming them?
Virginia
How they
Union.
grooming them?
I
For
took a course in
us,
Virginia Union when I was in seminary about sex trafficking, and we met with an organization. It's been a minute, but I can brush up on my skills. So yeah. But any
Right.
information
Yeah.
that you can get to me,
That's a very important situation with speaking with these high school children, even junior
yes.
high
Oh
as
yes.
well.
I
well,
was
and
gonna
I
say
would
that.
even go as
I was gonna
far as
say that we need to
down
Junior
set
to
up.
high,
elementary
junior.
as well. And before we change the subject, I do want to mention that we started a petition, I want to say 2 years ago. Roblox has been the number one cause for most of our cases. And
Say it again.
Roblox, the gaming platform, Roblox,
I don't even know what that is.
R
Me either.
ROBLOX. We have it on our website as well, but it's an online gaming platform that
Wow.
a lot of children use. I mean, every child I know knows about this gaming platform. And on there, they have a chat feature where these people are communicating with their children. They're grooming them, like Sister Althea mentioned, and they're convincing them to run away. They're convincing them to meet them somewhere. They're learning their daily routine, their school, what time parents are home. And it's that platform right there is the number one reason why why we have so many cases.
Oh my goodness. Please put that information in the chat so we can
Wow.
warn
And
parents. King Shaw, go ahead.
me and Reverend Robin Mans are in the schools within our cities. We participate in Read Across America. We're going into the high schools to talk to the older kids also. So as a tip, what we do is we go talk to the principal, sit down with the principal, explain to the principal what it is we want to do. And so I suggest that what some of you should do in your area. Just visit your school, talk to the principal, let them know what you want to do. That way you can explain the gaming thing to the kids, face to face, and talk to them about it. So that's what I'm doing in my city. I'm also heavily involved in the schools.
Wow, that is beautiful. First off, I'm still floored about Roblox, but I never heard of that until today. But let me ask you, King Shaw, you always have been in your community doing something, even before you were doing what you do now. You were weren't you a brother working with Islam in your community?
Yeah, I joined the Nation of Islam when I was around 17, 18 years old. And I became a student minister in the Nation of Islam. And I think, and I'm indebted to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad for waking me up, but I like to say that I removed the barriers that most organizations have that they won't work with other people. And that's the viewpoint, the worldview that I have. I have to work with other people, whether they're Christian, Hebrew Israelite, 5%er, Kemetic, etc., because most of the issues that we need to delve into don't involve you teaching your doctrine.
Exactly. We need to come together, and we can't let doctrines, especially when we look at the children who are Muslim and the children who are Israelite are both in the same dangers.
Right.
The family.
And when your child is, my daughter was missing for 36 days.
That was horrible.
Right. So I wouldn't have cared if a purple alien showed up to help me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
But we let our tunnel vision set on us when it comes to this.
Yeah. King Shah, talk to us about your organization that you set up for Tasia.
Taser Justice Foundation is an organization that I developed because you got to go from then to now,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
What are you going to do with all of this anger? What are you going to do with all of this emotion? Are you going to let it run you in the ground, or are you going to use it to lift you up out of the emotions that you're in, the dark place that you are, right? From then to now. What do you do now? Well, you do great things in your child name. You make sure that people remember your daughter's name. And I would like for everybody right now to say Tasia.
Tasia.
Deja.
Right. So, I'm going to lift her name up and I'm going to do great things in her name, and that's my from then to now story.
Wow. You're a very beautiful, strong brother. And I just want to have everybody really get familiar with this brother's story, not just the tragic part,
Right.
but his whole story. And King Shah is a father who takes care of other fathers. Talk to us about
Right. So
that.
on October the 22nd, I'm having a breakfast in my city for fathers who lost their children to gun violence or overdoses. Right. I saw that as a need, and I think Nefertali and most of the Bible believers would love this. The mothers and the children often get tend to when these tragic incidents develop. And we think that fathers are stronger than they are. And we just don't really pay attention to them like we pay attention to the mother and the children. Don't stop supporting the mother and children, but let's get back to the fathers. So in the book of Malachi, it says, I shall turn the hearts of the fathers towards the children and the hearts of the children towards the father. It didn't say towards the mother, because in our reality today, the father is on the back burner. We wonder why there's so much mental illness with Black men, because they're suffering in silence. And so on October the 22nd, I'm calling the fathers of my city that are grieving, because you never stop grieving. And it's going to be a breakfast and a healing. I'm going to have therapists there, counselors, everything. We're going to pay for everything. The fathers don't have to pay for anything. And we're going to let them know that we haven't forgot about them. And then we're going to allow them to experience my story so they can go from then to now. What shall you do now with your story? Does your journey just end with the death of your child? No, it don't. So that's what I'm doing.
So I just wanted to show this flyer, and it's also go to King Shah's Facebook. Lawrence Robin, I always say Robert Robinson. I just know King Shah, but when I see you on Facebook, it's Lawrence. If we could share his Facebook, peace and yame. Share the brother's Facebook, but it's the Gathering of Fathers, Breakfast and Healing for the fathers that lost their child to gun violence. Special invited guest, Chief of Police Gerald M. Smith. So the Chief of Police is going to be there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. Reverend Robin Mines will also be there. That is October 22nd, family. And what else? Something else is happening on October 22nd, which is amazing. And
oh yeah, I forgot. I keep forgetting. Later on that day, my city, who I thought wasn't paying no attention to me, before my daughter passed, because sometimes when I was in the Nation of Islam and I had those dogmatic teachings, I used to war with my people, and I thought they didn't like me because I was trying to convert them to something. I thought that they should believe what I believe. So on that day, I'm getting an award for most consistent community champion in the last 10 years.
wow. I want to give you a hand for that, brother. Come on, let's give this brother a hand. You deserve it, my brother. You deserve it.
Right. Because I'm not just a YouTube personality. I do this in real life.
Right. When did you meet Sonetter?
Oh, man. I met Sarnetta at the Millions March for Reparations, I think, in DC. And he had the bullhorn. He was out there shouting. And, you know, that's the first time I saw Sarnetta. Then when I saw Sarnetta again, he was on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And he was still, you know, out on, you know, with the same type of mentality. But now he has evolved into something that I really like. I like the debates, you know. And when we get away from this subject, Natalie, I'm coming for you.
You need to leave my sister alone.
Yeah, you know, because I like to.
For me.
You know, I just like to debate.
You're a debater.
Yeah, I love to debate, but I slowed down on my debating and I'm shifting to my statesman and diplomacy mode, right? And that's what I've been doing in my city. I've been a statesman, a diplomat, and an ambassador, right? I'm known all throughout the city hall, right? I'm known in the governor's office. I'm all over the place, you know. All I could do is take that energy that it was impacted with my daughter's death and just amplify what I do, right? I kicked it up 1,000%, you know,
Right.
and I'm just running, you know,
Right.
and there ain't no stopping with this, you know what I'm saying? And I just am happy with what's going on in my life right now, you know.
I'm so glad to hear that from you, brother. I want to say shout out to our sister Shah Love, who I saw her in the chat, but
Yeah, I thought Shah Love was here.
yeah, no, I left the link. I don't know, she's probably busy, but shout out to her. She was a strong part of your search, and I know not Sister Nadia. I believe, I can't remember if it was Sister Osset that I saw or another sister. It was definitely one of the sisters of the underground at the Texas meeting for the new.
That was Sister Asada.
Oh, okay, Sister Asada. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, she was at the Black Panther meeting in Texas.
And she had
She
on
had
this
my daughter's
shirt.
shirt. Yeah.
And I have this shirt. I wish I could get Shah, if you're still out there, could you drop your link and your information?
Shah Love was by my side. Reverend Mans was by my side the whole time, you know, that I went through that ordeal. And Sister Nadia. You know, they just came to me and they just poured love on me, and I just like to salute them.
And I salute them too. My much humble thanks and blessings to you, sisters. Anyone, if you don't mind, ladies, I dropped the link. So if anyone wants to come in and ask some very important questions on what they can do, or questions if you have family members that are missing, who are missing, if that's okay for the last part of the show, maybe someone would like to hit the link and come in, or just to thank the sisters and the brother for all the amazing work that they do. This is Outstanding October, family, and we have outstanding guests today. So I just love you so much. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so Shah Love and me developed a list of things you could do when your child is missing. So there are 5 things to do if your loved one is missing. Number 1, track their phone as possible. Number 2, if you need to make a missing person report, tell law enforcement that they are in danger. Do not tell them anything that will discourage them from taking a report. Do not classify them or let them classify your child as a runaway. Push for an Amber Alert. Number 3, solicit help from your community media by phone Friday. Number 4, post flyers with pictures, dates, times, locations, and physical descriptions. And if you need help with steps 1 through 4, contact Taser Justice Foundation, Lawrence Robinson, or Shah Love. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, my brother. Sisters of the underground, or any of the sisters, all the ladies on the panel, is there anything that you want to add as far as prevention? You know, like the brother said. You're muted, Sister Osset.
One thing I do want to say is, I think that listening to this, I want to say to the children, am I muted? You can hear me?
No, Sister Osset was muted. I saw her talking.
One thing I want to say is, a lot of children grow up and they get I guess, going through peer pressure, and they don't listen to their parents. And I want to say it's very important that you listen to your parents. It's just very important that you listen to your parents, because these type of things can happen so easily. And a lot of times people think, oh, it can't be me. It won't ever happen to me. But it is very important that you listen to your parents, your grandparents, your whomever, your close relation is telling you what not to do. Don't go against them and do it anyway, because you will suffer the consequences for it. So
Thank you for that.
I would like to add to a little bit. So I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
But I wanted to add to what the brother was saying. All of those things that he listed are very important. The only other thing I would love for everyone to know is that you do not have to wait to file a report. They try to tell you you have to wait 24 to 48 hours. You do not have to wait that long to file a report when your loved one is missing. You can file it immediately. But as he said, do not let them list your child as a runaway. You have to let them know that they are in danger. You have to, I can't stress that enough. You have to use that terminology just to get them to listen to what you're going through. As far as prevention, the sister, when she mentioned listen to your parents, absolutely listen to your parents. But I also want to say, be a big auntie or big uncle to children in your neighborhood. I have thousands of nieces and nephews out here. While I'm at, my children, they make fun of me because their friends would come and have conversations with me that they couldn't have with their parents. And so I would give them the advice I would give my child. And if it was something that they asked me not to tell their parents, I would go to the parent, but I would be a little less detailed as the child was with me. I do not want to stress the fact that you do not go to people's parents when another child comes to you. I do want to say that you have to dissect that conversation and keep you have to dissect the conversation and know what to say to that child's parent without breaking their confidence that they can come to you and have a conversation. That's the best way I could put that. I mean, I've had countless conversations with children right now today that play football with my sons or did cheering with my daughter. I'll be in a grocery store and they'd be like, Auntie, I can't tell you these children's name or what grade I met them in, but they know, but they somehow still know who I am. So please make sure that even if you don't have children, have conversations with children in the neighborhood or teenagers or even young adults, especially our single parents, if you can babysit an hour or two out that week and kind of get them a break, that is also part of prevention, because a lot of parents that are single, they have so many things on their plate that they can't focus on as many details. So just be an extra eye and ear in your area. That's all it takes is us. Every child is everyone's responsibility. I don't know how we got away from that, but we need to get back to it. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I couldn't go 5 blocks without knowing somebody that knew my parents. And if I was out there doing something I had no business doing, they
That's
would
right.
take me home to my parents.
That is right. That's what I'm talking about right
That's
there.
right. That's
Where
right.
did it go? You could try to go across the street and someone on the block's like, Robbie, where you think you're going? If you even try to go across the street.
We gotta learn. We gotta get back to learning our kids' language. Our kids, we need to know our kids' love language. How do they receive? It's sometimes we can always get onto the kids, behind about stuff. But a lot of times it be the parents' fault. The parents don't know nothing about their kids. When the kid walk in the door, you don't know if your kid happy, sad, if something bothering them. We don't ask no question. The kids go in their room, they get on their phone. We don't know nothing about our kids. We have to learn our kids' language so we can know if they're being bullied, if somebody is grooming them. These men are out here grooming these children, and we don't know how these kids is going somewhere getting their hair done. $200-$300 getting lace fronts. You need to be asking questions. How you get nails done because you don't have a job?
Right.
And if you don't know your children's love language, people on the outside are guaranteed
they
to
know
be
it.
learning it, and they're using it against your children. So
monitor their phone calls. You can monitor what social programming they're looking at on their phones and things of this nature. You have to. You really have no other choice. Especially, like I said, the junior high children. They're being too grown sometimes.
And then we also got to give, people my age and above holler about, oh, I'm not tech savvy. Well, you need to get tech savvy because they're building all these hidden apps. A few years ago, when my babies are all adults now, but when my children were coming up, I had to be a friend on their social media. I had to be able to see what was going on. Then I found out that there was hidden apps where they can have an entirely different Instagram, but then a different app. It's a calculator app on the outside, but they can have a social media on the inside of that app. We gotta stay on top of those type of things.
That's my son actually in high school got in trouble, almost got a charge for texting a girl something. But when they checked her phone and found that hidden app and found out she was also texting just as much inappropriate stuff he was, it saved his butt. Those phones are very, very important because we give those phones to our children in place of our attention, us not spending time with them, for love, or whatever, so they don't act up. But no, we got to have control over them phones. Them phones is too expensive for us to not have no control.
That's right.
They have too much access to, when we were growing up, we didn't have social media or, cell phones where you can go and communicate with somebody thousands of miles away. We didn't have all of that. But nowadays, these children, they could be here in Nevada and communicating with somebody over in London. You know what I mean? So we got to stay on top of all of that.
Got to.
And it's not only these adults that's luring these children in. These adults are getting other teens to lure in and paying them to bring them, other teens.
And nobody
No. I thank you, ladies. Wait, real quick, I just want to let everyone know this is Tasia Dye. This is the beautiful Tasia Lawrence's daughter who fell prey to what you ladies were talking about. Someone told her, let's sit down and talk, or and you think it's something going to be innocuous and innocent, or and you're going to go about your day. You never know who you're sitting with. And then the ladies at the bottom, these are all missing women. These are all beautiful women, and I'm saying not just because they happen to be physically beautiful, but because they're look how young they are. And their lives are just beginning, and that's what you ladies are talking about. We have to watch out. We have to look. We have to inform the children, and it's not only women, as the sister said. We have to guard our young men as well. Someone has come in. I'm going to stop sharing and see who this is. Sister A. Shula Yisrael. Hello. You're muted. Would you like to ask a question or make a comment to the sisters in the panel? You're still muted. Yes, wait, let me see. I can't unmute you. Your mic is muted. It shows that it's muted, right? Everybody, you can see your mic is muted.
Yeah.
You just got to hit the unmute. Sister Shula.
Are you still screen sharing? Just making
No.
sure mine is not stuck.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Sister Shula Israel, we'd love to hear from you, but your mic is muted, sis. Queen, you have to go down where it says on the little bar, it says mute, stop cam. Maybe you could hit that unmute button. Because I'm trying to unmute you, but it says I can't unmute you. Okay, well, come back and maybe you can try it again. So hopefully she'll be coming back and asking a question. But this is great information. I already talked to Sonetter, and I would love to bring you sisters on. He wants to bring you on to the HOK, Sonetter Studios platform, just to keep this going. I don't want it to just be, okay, they were here. Where are they? And King Shah, you already know. That goes for you as well. Here, let's see if the sister can come in. All right, you are not muted anymore. Peace to you, Sister Shula Yisrael.
Shalom. Thank you, Napah, for having me. And thanks to everyone. I just want to, say kudos to everyone that is here speaking about this subject. I asked a few times in the chat regarding your connections with Black healthcare organizations specifically as a nationwide network of trained eyes and ears who may be able to assist you, link up with you. They send out emails monthly to their members, which includes networks of nurses, doctors, therapists, providers nationwide that may be able to really help you get the word out, to really help you keep, just get more eyes out for our children, for our people that are out there missing.
Great question.
So we do reach out to those type of individuals. We also have several people in the healthcare field industry that is part of the network. And speaking here locally, what I have set up is I have nurses on hand. If I have a rider, we call them riders or passengers, those that we assist. But if I have a rider or a passenger that can't go to a hospital because they're afraid of whoever caused them harm, I can call up a nurse, I can call up a doctor, or even, a physician assistant, anyone in the healthcare field. I have them on my phone, already have the contact, and I just call them and say, hey, can I meet you so-and-so? Because I have someone that needs to be treated until I could get them to a city or state that, they can be seen in a hospital. So we need everyone in every field to be part of this. Even if you're a private investigator, someone brought that up. If you have those skills and can assist with one of our cases, let us know, because we are not trained investigators. We trained ourselves. And a lot of people don't know, we actually didn't start out doing missing person cases. We only was doing domestic violence and sex trafficking, but it was other people coming to us for assistance with their loved ones being missing. It's how we got into the missing person cases. And we started taking online training and training ourselves on how to do it. The sisters make fun of me because I'm always signed up for some sort of certification class, trying to enhance, I'm in a bunch of classes right now that's driving me crazy because I can't keep up with them all. But, whatever I can do to make sure that I'm guiding people or assisting them the best of my capabilities, I'm willing to utilize that. And so if you have a skill or a background that can assist with not even just missing persons, any crisis response, because we are a crisis response organization. So we handle it all. I've been called out to kind of tame down someone's loved one that was having a mental health episode. That's my background. So I use my background education to do that. We prefer not to reach out to law enforcement because we know sometimes reaching out to them can go the other way when it comes to our people. Calling them out to a scene can turn, it can go 1,000 different ways. So if we can get people in our community that are trained and that can go and respond to these, we don't have to use them. Another program that I would love to implement, but I can't get it up and running. I need us to rebrand the foster care system. That's another subject. That's another subject for another show, but that is also an idea that I have presented to the sisters. I work with foster care children. I see that our children do not benefit from that program. It's a good concept. The concept of the program, I believe in that 1,000%. But when it comes to Black and brown children, they do not get the genuine benefits of that program. So we need people that are trained. If we got a person in our community that is strung out or have to go to jail or something like that, and they lose custody of their children, we should have people in our neighborhood that can take those babies in temporarily and make sure that they are being raised correctly, and so that they can go on and prosper in spite of the shortcomings that their parents have threw at them. But again,
or let other family members know.
That's another topic.
Well, thank you. That was the only question I had, was in regards to networking and really just being able to enlarge your tents, so to speak.
Yeah, and
so
that was
that
a
you're able to
long-winded
reach more.
answer. I'm sorry.
No,
Were
it's
you
okay.
were you the sister that had asked the question about the healthcare workers knowing
in the chat
the signs about missing, or the endangered people?
I did
I don't
ask
know
a
what the
question
last
about
one.
healthcare workers, but I'm not, and I was actually going to ask that question though. You know, is there anything that you all wanted to share with the community, about signs of domestic violence, signs of human trafficking, signs of, signs that people can look for, that may just be a red flag for people to be able to, give an eye or an ear, and maybe help someone if needed.
Oh wow, good question. Before you
And I am
answer, I
gonna hop off.
want to add to that, and especially, can you talk to us? Do you work with any hotels or motels out there, like the eyes there at these places? Great question, sis. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As far as the hotel part, we don't work with any hotels, but we have had conductors go sit at hotels and kind of just watch and see what's going on, to just kind of get an idea of what's going on. A few cases where we were looking for someone, so we were just kind of keeping an eye out at certain places where we thought they would be. But as far as working with some of them, these Indian people that be over these hotels, they be in cahoots with this kind of stuff. Well, not only just Indian people, but these low budget type hotels, they love that kind of traffic because it brings them money.
Oh, I'm so sad to hear
those
that.
that work the front desk are, I would say maybe 8 out of 10 of the ones that work the front desk participate in the sex trafficking.
Yeah, because they're selling those rooms. Instead of a normal time, a normal person will go get a room for check in and then check out the next day. These people is renting these rooms out by the hour because they know people are just coming in by the hour, performing their acts and leaving, and then they're selling it to the next.
Wow. I want to say thank you to the sister who asked the question. I want to bring it back to the other part of her question. are there signs, any of you sisters, are there signs that you can look out for to know, okay, this person's being trafficked or this person's being abused?
Right.
So I've been a hairstylist for 20 years. And one thing that we do in Texas, we do have to post, like I have a sign up here now, that we have to post about sex trafficking. But what I've realized in like the last 20 years, that's not a topic in the salon. But talking to a pimp, he says that he targets young girls, young women whose hair's not done, whose nails not done, who just kind of look, like they might need a little grooming.
Right.
He targets those type of females. Go get their hair done, spend $200-$300 on them, make them feel good. And then, next thing you know, he popping the question, you can go out there and make this kind of money. And, so that's one thing that I am going to be working on with the beauty industry here in Texas, is bringing the awareness of girls, because I know I've had a lot of girls before I even was conscious about, all this, what's going on. I've had a lot of females come in, get their hair done. I'm like, where these little girls getting this money at? Like, I can't even afford to get my nails done like this or my hair. But then now after he told me this, I'm like, those could have been victims. And right on my chair and I'm not even knowing.
I could see that that's what they would be looking for. I really can see it.
Because if you see a girl, her hair not done, I mean, and I have to take it back to when I was a teenager. I had grown men approach me.
Yes.
Approach me about, just, trying to be a little sugar daddy and stuff like that, and trying to lure me off and everything. So I can just imagine now that it's off the chain now.
Right. And don't forget the friends, the friends of the young, because my friends when I was young tried to get me when they were involved. Hey, come over, and I'll never forget his name. He was ugly and scary and old, Wallace. That's because I'm sorry to anyone who has the name Wallace. It's not that the name is, but just he was so much older. He was like 45 and we were only 15, and she was involved with him. Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, it's very sad. And just imagine today, everybody feels like they're so much growner. I know we're older, and we always heard that from the older generation about us, but it's really true because they've got such power with these phones, getting back to these phones. So somebody else wanted to say something. I saw somebody was going to comment. Sister Nadia or Sister Lasady or anybody, did you want to add to what are the signs or make any comments about? Those are good points, Sister said. It's like, I mean, we got to keep on doing these shows. Yeah. To be honest, our 2 hours are almost up, but it's going to take more than 2 hours. How about I make a commitment to, even if it's not on the SipDown, just bring some of you sisters on. Maybe not all of you can do it at one. Maybe at least once or twice, once a week, right? Just once a week, do a quick show, just an update. We can do updates on my channel or Sonetter's channel. I don't know if Naftali would be interested in doing some information on her channel, just to get it out. Yeah.
And I was going to say,
I would love to do it.
Email, let you know that I sent you an email with my number and everything in my email, and I'm really interested in helping you ladies out and letting me know what I can do to provide any help.
Okay.
I really like that school. I need to go into the streets and talking with the young girls. I really like that.
Okay, well, get the information.
I was going to say too, sometimes they take my situation. He was taking me in my actual car. How I got away was making an excuse to say I had to stop somewhere, and then I was able to get help to get him away. So sometimes there's other places too in public that you You can use code words to kind of be like, this guy is following
Yes.
me or anything like that. So we definitely need to do those things.
And on the phones, by the way, speaking of the phones, even though mine, I kept on activating it, so it's like I'm crying wolf. But on the phones, you can do the SOS. But I kept on I'm not even being funny. I kept on hitting it and contacting my family, and it bothered me because it thought, well, now they might think it's just me hitting it on accident. But code words are awesome. That's a great idea. Let's do this again. Ladies, I want you to close out. We're going to go around. I'll start with Sister Nadia of Coalition Underserved. Missing Virginia. Yes. And King Shah, we're gonna get to you too, brother. I didn't know you were still present. So go ahead and close out, sister, and let us know anything you need to let us know about your organization and your contacts.
Okay. Well, I put it in the comment section on the chat as far as how to contact, and then of course I'm available on Facebook. And I just wanted to reiterate one of the sisters was talking about. No, that was Sister Sadie was speaking about the listening to your children. I want to just drive that home with that because even though the children, another sister mentioned, reaching out to the children saying, well, you need to listen to your parents, grandparents, and, and other elders that's trying to steer you the right way. Listen to your children, parents. Watch for signs of them changing, their personality. They're staying in their room more. They're not being social, even within the family. And also, we talked about the sex trafficking of the young ladies. The men are targeting boys, and some women too. Some women too are targeting these children, and it does include boys. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I wanted to thank the original Black Panthers, Newport News, and Richmond, because we had a situation with one of their sisters. Her son was being groomed as a young boy, and he was let's just say the guy is that's in jail. He has some court dates coming up, but these brothers from the original Black Panthers, I called on them, reached out to General Mike Payne and Newport News. He got me in touch with General Gulla in Richmond, and he provided the security to assist the sister when we went out to court to provide security, because that was another thing. It's hard for us to get security when we have to go on certain certain missions. So I wanted to thank them again. And that's really all I have. I thank you for inviting me.
We thank you for being here. We know you're very busy, and we have love for you as a sister in the community doing selfless work. And like I said, y'all, I'm on camera saying it. I have to contact you, or you contact me if you have any of you. Hey, Nepah, we want to come on. We have some news. We want to get to the people. We want to reach out, and it's just even an hour, 30 minutes, an hour setup. And we'll just do a quick live and keep you in the forefront, in front of the people, okay? So thank you so much, sister. Now moving on to Sister Lasadie. What's wrong with me? Because I'm reading it. Lasadie Shakur and Sister Osset, both of you, you choose which one wants to go first and close out for your organization.
I'll go first. I do want to... First, I have to say thank you to the PANSOC organization because they are another rescue organization that does a lot of work with us. I love Brother AJ. He is like, I absolutely love him.
Is he in the chat? Were they in the chat?
He probably was, Nora Hill, but I didn't see. But he's a huge supporter of our organization, and he also does rescue maneuvers as well. He was just out there in Florida assisting with the hurricane? I think they just said.
There was a hurricane.
He went out there. But also I want to thank you for having us on this platform, sis, because we need more conversations like this. We need anyone with a platform that can get this word out, even if it's not about our organization. The topic alone deserves the attention. I also want to say that we are working on a case currently. We called Justice for Lexus. We have a 10-year-old that was being sexually abused by her mom's boyfriend. You can find a little more about that story on our website. We want everyone to kind of share that story so that we can get the attention behind it. We are facing a lot of resistance from the state that this occurred in.
Why?
Because some of them are involved in it.
Wow.
Yeah, but
we didn't even cover that. That's why you have to come back.
Yeah, we need to cover that, but we do hashtag Justice for Lexus. We need as many people talking about that as possible. It was something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember. But again, just thank you for having this conversation. And when you guys see a missing person flyer on social media, share it. It doesn't matter if you know the person or know the family. Share it. It takes 2 seconds to share it. Just share it and talk about it and mentor our youth, mentor our young adults. And I talk too much, so I'm gonna stop talking and let Offset go.
You don't talk too much. We need to hear from you, but it's heartbreaking, and I can feel the hearing you. I can hear and feel the anguish in your voice. But you just really want this to be more recognized, especially when you're talking about sharing the. I will never go past a missing person flyer on social media again. If I even ever did that before, I don't even think I did. I always share it. But now, and I think that goes for everybody out there. So don't let this be an in vain, family. Share the flyers. Sister Ross said, thank you for your patience. Please close out, sis.
I just ask everyone to go to sistersoftheunderground.com. Just engage with us. We're on social media all over the place. Engage with us on social media. This information is online. They can Google it. The missing stats for our missing people. So let's see. And the last reported in 2021 was 521,000 people that was reported missing.
Wow.
Of that, for Black people, was over 177,000 for Blacks missing in 2021.
Oh my goodness.
Under 18, under the age of 18 is 138,000. Under the age of 18. So basically for Blacks, that's about 484 people missing per day. That we need to start paying attention to this. That's 484 people a day that are missing. That's reported. That's not even the ones. That's not even the ones that don't nobody even say nothing about. Then there is over 4,000 that they have dead bodies that nobody is even going to claim the bodies. They're just sitting there on a database waiting for somebody to say, that's my mama, that's my dad, that's my brother, that's my sister, that's my child. Do we not care? Like, why are we so lost that we don't even care about our own people? It's sad.
Every state has a database for unidentified missing persons.
It breaks it down to each ethnic race of who's missing. But we just worried about our own right now. But so I just ask that people get more engaged. Go to Sisters of the Underground if you want to volunteer, if you feel like you have something to offer to volunteer. I mean, we're looking for, even if you're a beautician, because some people that's a domestic violence victim, they might just need a whole new change. Or I had a lady come in yesterday. I teach at a cosmetology school. I had a lady come in yesterday and she cried when we told her we was closing. She said, I just want to feel beautiful. You know,
Well,
so we just
thank you.
need help, and we need,
Yes.
we need our people to engage. Quit worrying about these celebrities, because they not worried about us, and we gonna be the only ones who come save ourselves. So
That's
There
right.
you go. I wanted to make a comment. Thank you so much, Sister Osset. I wanted to make a comment about what you said to clarify some things, because we want to. When you said we're just worried about our own, where this sister's coming from is a sad reality that it's known that when our people go missing,
mm-hmm.
the mainstream, who looks out for everyone, so to speak, we are like the lowest priority. And I can't leave out Native American people as well,
Right,
but
right.
we first, and then the Native Americans. So yeah, that's so anybody out there who's like, wow, how could she say that? The reason is because no one's really, we're not on the top of the list when we go missing.
Right, right.
Oh
And you
no,
know
we're the
why they
bottom of
say,
the totem pole.
that? There's a reason why they say that. They say that because we're from a poor neighborhood.
There
They're
you go.
involved in crime anyways. They're, so
Yeah.
they're not important.
And I wanted to clarify that for you, because you are the last thing she is heartless. She's speaking
Right.
from a true reality. So bless you.
Mhm.
Thank you so much. As King Shah, I'm gonna get to you right now. You last but not least, we got to do for ourselves, and this is what these sisters are doing, and we have to do more. So from this moment on, stay focused, everyone. Share those flyers, get in touch with these sisters and the few brothers like King Shah, so we can and also, what do they say in all these communities? The police can't do everything, right? That's what's said. So we're going to have to do more, and bless you, sisters. Really, you're so selfless. King Shah, brother, unmute your mic. Just close out. Let us know what you want us to know from you, and
I just
give us the straight and with no chaser.
I just want us as a people, that when we put our issues first, they will become first issues.
Mhm.
I would like to appeal to all of the organizations, the men in the organizations, to come be a part of what these sisters are doing. Drop your egos, drop your dogmas and your doctrines, and let more men come and assist these women at what needs to be done in the community. It's just not always an opportunity to convert people, but an opportunity to do something that will be impactful and meaningful, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's my message to our community.
Wow, thank you. And don't forget to put up the brother's information on his organization, Justice for Tasia.
My email is robinsonlawrence137@gmail.com. You can reach me at that, or New Black World Order TV@gmail.com.
Thank you so much, King Shah. Thank you so much to the Sisters of the Underground and the Sister Nadia, the co-founder of Coalition Underserved Missing Virginia. Y'all think I don't remember it. I just want to say it. It's a mouthful, but I got it. It's still catchy. It's just a catchy mouthful. All right, so I'm going to let the sisters, that my beautiful, amazing, intelligent co-host and compassionate sisters, go ahead and give their final words on this stream and this topic today, and then we can go ahead and close out all together. Dulcinea, I'll let you go ahead and start.
Yes, this was such a powerful stream, and thank you all for everything that you're doing. I can't wait to speak with you guys afterwards and see how I can play my part into helping all you guys with moving forward. I would say with just how we're moving forward, King Shah hit the nail on the head, that it doesn't matter what we believe or what our stances are. We do have to come together. We are all one, and it's going to be us that saves our community. I think I don't want to mess it up, but let's say Sadie was saying the same thing, and everyone was kind of saying that same thing. We have to be the ones that save us. So
Right.
Thank you so much, Dulcinea. Sister Naphtali, give us your final words, please.
Yes, I want to give you guys your flowers now. You guys are tremendous. I thank you so much for what you guys are doing for the community. I know you guys don't get the praise that you guys deserve, but I know that the work that you're putting in is enough praise because you get that reward because it's a selfless act, right? Of helping others. So I understand that, but I want to commend you guys, and I also want to extend my resources and whatever I can do to assist you guys in your endeavors. So please, if there's anything I can do, again, I thank you guys. You guys educated me a lot. I didn't realize there was that many missing people, especially within our communities, especially at that age. Oh my goodness. So you guys have definitely impacted me and motivated me because you're right. We all do need to help. And I myself, I need to do more. So I thank you guys so much for coming on and taking the time out of your day.
Shalom. Shalom.
Thank you so much, Naphtali. And Robin, please give us your final thoughts on this stream.
Wow, I'm just amazed by the whole situation, but I want to second what Nathalie said and what Dulcinea said. I can only bow to y'all for what you do. And if I can help in any kind of way here, because I live in Delaware, okay? So there's a lot of missing people from here as well. But if there's anything I can do, I will get your information, see how I can be assistant to you. Because this is really something. And I don't want to be one of those people that's not doing anything. Because I don't know how devastated I would be if I couldn't find one of my children or one of my grandchildren. So, nieces or nephews, or even any of my sisters and brothers.
Anybody.
So this is very important.
Yeah,
It's very important. I'm saying, but when he said people don't move until it hits home, believe me, I could right now, it could bring tears to my eyes just to even think that if I can't find one of my children, my granddaughters, and I got 5 granddaughters, I want to know where every last one of them are, So I'm saying this is a very, very serious issue, and we need to be on it as a family. We need to be on it, know that we are family. So that's what I had.
Yes, it's a very. Thank you, Robin. These are special sisters and brothers, and I'm closing out with. This is a whole can of worms I'm opening, but I'm gonna close out after I say this. Mark Lamont Hill, our dear brother, was on last week, and he was talking about the abolitionist movement for the police, and then we wanted to talk, and we couldn't talk to him a long time. But what do we do if we don't have the police? These are the community. These are the groups. These sisters, King Shah. We need to have groups set up and strong groups in place where we can say, police are supplemental. We have this to go to. We can go to the Sisters of the Underground. We can go to the Coalition of Underserved Missing Virginia. We can go to King Shah's organization. I love it, and we need to talk about it more. I want to say thank you so much, you beautiful queens. Let me take this off. Let me talk. Oh, wait, Robin, where's the other topic? Oh, I thought the banner was hiding my sister down there. I am so sorry. Shame on me. Reverend Robin Mines, forgive me. Please.
Oh, that's okay.
Please, Queen, go ahead and close out and give us your final words and how we can find you as well.
All righty. First of all, hope is produced when people engage in acts of liberation and justice, reminding people that they are human and that all children are our responsibility, regardless of whether we gave birth to them or not. Whether you're responsible for their direct care or just behaved in a manner that keeps them safe. Period. So they're all our responsibility. And I'm at RevRobinLoves@gmail.com. and I am the CEO of the Institute of Missions, Ministry, and Music. And we do empowerment outreach in underserved communities, as well as bringing congregations across denominational and complexion lines in missions in the community. And so going forward, we will have to implement something to where the churches get more educated and get more involved in this as well, because I'm just really disappointed in a lot of churches. And
Wow.
they're really getting on my nerves, and I'm speaking my mind right now. Just to let you know, I walked away from the AME Zion denomination because of the messiness. But it's a whole nother program. But anyway, like I said, any event that we have, we want a table there with information, because we're in the communities that are most affected by it.
You went out.
I
heard you say table at your organization.
Any event that we have, we welcome anybody from this organization or any organization who wants to come out and speak to the people and hand out some handouts or what have you. You're welcome. And also, I look forward to getting information so that we can communicate to our schools.
What state are you in?
Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Thank you so much, all of you beautiful queens, all you beautiful sisters, and of course, King Shah. Much love and respect to you and my angel Tasia. Forever Tasia die. Justice for Tasia. Until next time, family. Thank you so much, my beautiful mods. I can't do without you. I love you so much. Thank you for putting the sisters' information out there. I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast, but we will not be ending these conversations, hopefully.
Thank you.
We'll
God bless you all.
Yes, and God bless you. God bless you, sister. All right. Thank you, family.
Thank you, everybody.
Peace.